Okay. We've got our parallel clamps, we've got our ruler, we've got our chalk. And you'll see here that I've held these pieces together. Then I've drawn a triangle so I know which way they go together. I've also used what we call a biscuit joiner. The biscuit joiner here, which has a blade out the end here, and that creates an elliptical shape, and that is your biscuit that goes in the trench. I'll show you in a second. So I've got my first piece. There's the trench here. Sometimes there's a little bit of tear out. You can just chip that off. That one's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put in the vise here. Put in the vise. That's locked off. I've got my glue ready. I just want a worm of glue. Done. Now I'll probably stop talking and I'll just get this done. 2. Now I'm just filling up my trenches with glue. 1, 2, and then lining up my triangles. There you go. 1. So this is called a widening joint. Oh. Push that in there. There we go. No, I'm not using any force at the moment. The force will come with the clamps. 1, 2. This is the last one. Put those biscuits away. A little bit of tear out on the end there. That was a bit too much, but anyway. Okay. So, pick that up. Put that in the clamps here. Now the clamps, I've come in 70 millimeters on the end there and 70 millimeters on the other end, and that's where the clamps line up. So let's just line that one up. That one's pretty good. Tighten it. This one here, it's about 70 millimeters in from the end. Tighten it. And you can see we've got a bit of squeeze out happening. I don't like too much squeeze out. And, okay, so that's that. Give me 1 second. No, that's not it. Okay. So we want to wipe this down. Get a really wet rag. Again, we don't want too much squeeze out happening. Now there should be no steps. When you feel this, there should be no steps on the project. It should be nice and flat. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Lift it up, bit of squeeze out on the back. Probably put a little bit too much glue in there. Okay. A little bit on the end here. Now these ends are all a little bit rough, and we'll trim those off on the table saw or the track saw. Okay, there we go. So that there is a widening joint for our bedside table. I'm just putting this one in the middle. It just locks it off in the middle. Again, just going to get rid of that little bit of squeeze out. Done. I hope that was helpful. Bye for now.